one. I walking like a bird, cold look, clear aim. You wanna smoke, I heard it. You talk big, all wordy, all bark, no bite. You can't win this fight. I seen your hand shake when the room got quiet. I don't need a threat, I bring it, then I write. Yeah. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I don't just a crowd, I let them come. I stare, hit hard like a loaded drum. You keep on talking, I keep on moving. Your chest gets loud, but your legs ain't proving. You want that title, you want that crown. I take one look and I shut it down. I cries when the flow gets mean. I came in clean, let the scene pristine. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I don't bend, I don't break, I don't flinch, I don't fake. Every shot you throw just feeds my pace. Every lie you spit, I put back in your face. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah.
Shout out to everybody on here from that 214 to around the states to across the pond. Salute. You're now rocking with your guy, RFD, aka Ray from Dallas. And I say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I appreciate everyone that's in the building. Shout out to the beautiful Catherine, the beautiful Jordan, the beautiful Tammy, the beautiful Ismi and Drill. Shout out to everybody that's on X right now. If y'all on X, come over here to YouTube and come subscribe to YouTube and come over here and turn up with us. You understand me? Before we get started today, I want to say thank you to everybody with all the support who've been watching these videos, doing that for me, sharing, liking. Now, before we get started, everybody, and shout out to Pretty Cookie with my new intro, I'm not the one. I'm the right one. I want to give everybody a chance. Please hit that like button, share on any social media you got. Please do that for me. We'll be right back, and then we're going to get it popping.
I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right 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 one, yeah. I'm not the one, I'm the right one. I walking like a bird, cold look, clear aim. You wanna smoke, I heard it. You talk big, all wordy, all bark, no bite. You can't win this fight. I seen your hand shake when the room got quiet. I don't need a threat, I bring it, then I write. Yeah. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I don't just a crowd, I let them come. I stare, hit hard like a loaded drum. You keep on talking, I keep on moving. Your chest gets loud, but your legs ain't proving. You want that title, you want that crown. I take one look and I shut it down. I cries when the flow gets mean. I came in clean, let the scene pristine. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I don't bend, I don't break, I don't flinch, I don't fake. Every shot you throw just feeds my pace. Every lie you spit, I put back in your face. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah.
Salute, 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 salute. Man, shout out to everybody. Hope y'all had a chance to like, share. Shout out to everybody that's on X, man. Y'all come over here to Ray from Dallas, all one word. Come subscribe and join the movement. You understand me? And everybody, before I start, if y'all want to support the show, you see the Cash Out, Venmo across the screen, Super Chats. And if you want to be a member of this channel, please join in. The jury has spoken. Karmelo Anthony's sentence to 35 years. Let's take this walk. The courtroom battle is over. The arguments have ended. The jury has spoken. Shout out to my Darwin players talking the building. Now comes the reality of living without the consequences, right? In this discussion, we examine the impact of a conviction and a 35-year sentence, what it means for everyone involved, and why this case has generated so much national attention. This is not a story about winners and losers, right? This is a story about consequences. A young life was lost. Another young life faces decades behind bars. Shout out to the beautiful Helen Keller and Lori Marie. Thank you, beautiful ladies, for being here. Two families now face realities they never imagined. No verdict can bring back what was lost. No sentence can erase the pain. No courtroom decision can undo the events that led to this tragedy. What remains is accountability, justice, and a difficult process of moving forward. For some, the sentence represents justice. For others, it represents heartbreak. But regardless of perspective, the outcome serves as a reminder that decisions made in seconds can create consequences that last a lifetime. This case has sparked conversations about, responsibility, violence, accountability, justice, and the most importance of thinking before acting. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we discuss those difficult realities and the impact this case will leave on everyone involved. I want to salute everybody and thank everybody who in the building. Salute to y'all. Shout out to everybody around the world who've been following this case. This was the first case I went to in, covering injustice and crime, right? Got my feet wet, and it was a wonderful experience, right? This case happened in, April of last year, and this case is over with today, on June 9th. And June 9th, today was actually, it's yesterday now, was my son Cameron's birthday, right? So, happy late birthday to him. If y'all want to buy him some ice cream, I go to Venmo and a Cash Out, right? Now, I love everybody to death, and what I understand is this. When you covering cases, I look at the cases for what they is, right? I look at them for what they is, and that's how you got to judge them, right? And shout out to my Darwin players, talk to your camera, but that's with a K, man. We all K, yeah. But got to be fair, impartial, and you got to be balanced through this process. And that's why I appreciate all the greats who I see doing it, right? Because they show me how to move, how to think, how to react, and how to cover a case totally being fair and unbiased. Shout out to the beautiful Mystic Mama in the building. Salute, beautiful. Right? And we're going to get to that, right? But I want to say this. Today, I want to speak plainly about a pattern we can't afford to ignore anymore. Now, before I dive into this, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the families, both of them, the Metcalfs and the Anthonys, right? Who are living through, the unimaginable pain right now. I know that every name, every face, every moment in this trial is tied to a deep human cost. And my heart goes out to both families, and I hope they feel heard even in all this complexity. But I also can't stay silent, right? Because behind this pain is a larger truth we must confront. When we look at the Karmelo Anthony case, the evidence was there, just like it was in George Zimmerman, just like it was in Cal Rittenhouse, and just like so many school shooters in those cases, the evidence were overwhelming. But the outcome was freedom, or at least a light sentence. But for Karmelo, the exact same weight of evidence became his sentence to 35 years. And this isn't just a one-off, it's a breakdown in consistency. We have a justice system where a white defendant is weighed with one standard and a black defendant with another. We need a consistent standard of justice, no exceptions. As we grieve, we must also insist that justice doesn't waver, no matter who stands on the dock. So, as we move forward, let's honor their grief by demanding a justice that is steady, fair, and truly equal for everyone. Now, I say that, and I mean that with everything in me, right? And anybody who know me know RFD, aka Ray from Dallas. I don't see color. I'm not racist. I love all people. I know I love all the different flavors in women, right? I'm just saying, just to let you know. And I got friends, close friends, of all different races who are men, right? One thing I want everybody to understand. When it comes to stand your ground, or in them other cases I mentioned, right? The evidence was there. Life sentence, or they get off, right? Same situation with Karmelo, but one thing I can say, them Zimmerman and Rittenhouse, they were guilty, just like I can say in this case, Karmelo was guilty, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't think he was guilty to where he should have got this type of sentence like this. It should have been like a lighter sentence of man slaughter in this case, or he shouldn't have been sentenced at all, right? But them other guys were guilty too. And like I said, I want it to be the standard, and we don't waver on what justice is, right? This isn't me telling y'all what I think, right? This is, the perception, and in a lot of instances, what they say about perception is reality. It breaks my heart for both families in this case, right? And I say that with everything in me. I have empathy to the ultimates of the degree. This has nothing to do with both of these families, but it has something to do with a bigger picture of consistency. Consistency in cases like this that are big time, and we see other guys, yeah, and like Mr. Mama say, justice should be colorblind. And it's not in cases. We know the cases. You know, I could get into it and say different things, but at the end of the day, you can look at the case that just happened with the Rick Chow case. He chased the Asian guy, chased the black boy 130 feet, shot him, not guilty. Ran after him, thought he had a bottle. This is a grown ass man and his grown ass son. They thought he had a bottle of water. And it was their words against a man who was deceased. And the jury voted not guilty. Right? It's hard to believe in that case that he was voted not guilty, right? But if the evidence, yeah, I mean, colors are beautiful, exactly. But if the evidence showed that and presented that to where you couldn't you couldn't convict him, that's what happened in that case, right? Because in that case, me not being blind, the evidence showed that Rick Chow was not guilty, even though you looked at it as malice. He was not guilty because of what the prosecution tried to charge him for. Me being honest, the verdict, they got it right. See, what happened was the prosecution, they didn't put on like a lesser charges like manslaughter and stuff like that. Right? Because your word against a deceased little kid, but we see you running out there, but then we see that the kid have a gun, right? The prosecution didn't add lesser charges. They went to the upper room with it. It's cases like that. It's cases like this. I'm not going away from the fact that the evidence presented itself in this case. It's just something you can't look away from. Shout out to Melissa. Thank you for that. I'm going to turn you up in a minute. It's just something you can't look away from. He killed that dude. There's no way he should have got 35 years, though. That's why I'm disappointed. Right. He shouldn't have got 35 years. That's why I'm disappointed. But if you have someone that is deceased, right, and the evidence is pointing, it has to be a conviction, because in actuality, that's what happened. But it could have been a lesser conviction, or people were looking at this case like, oh, stand your ground law. All the kids say he put his hand on him, right? And that is the outrage. I'm for what's right is right and wrong is wrong around this world, right? And there's no way Austin Metcalf, the life should have been taken, right? And it should have been justice brought. I don't think 35 years. But the only thing I'm saying is when you have clear cases like a Rick Child who ran out of his store not knowing the guy had a weapon, right? Shoot the kid dead. You go look at the evidence and stuff. When you got dudes like Edric Frost, who the beautiful Melanie Little couple, the injustice in that case, right? When you have Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Cases like that. It has to be consistency. It has to. It's a sad day because at the end of the day, two young men' life is changed forever. One is deceased, God rest his soul, and one is going away for a long time. But you can't look at the fact that Carmelo had the item and Austin ended up deceased, right? And that's where outrage come from, and that's why people be upset, right? Because we don't want it to be like you pick this one, the right thing is dead. It should have been. I don't think first degree. I stand on that. I don't think first degree murder should have been a lesser charge. But other guys should have been convicted too. Just like this one case in Texas, right? Had to look it up. Two kids was beefing, right? They went in the school bathroom, started fighting each other. Then one pulled out a knife and hit him. The dude get 12 years. And the other dude passes away, stabbed multiple times. And he got 12 years. But we're not going to look at this and see that something shouldn't have happened in this case. Was it excessive? 35 years? Absolutely, I think so. Because of the evidence where they say, oh, he put his hands on him, but he did, and Austin is deceased. But with the evidence showing he put his hands on him, right, I don't think that should have been a cause for first degree. Loris, I was talking about that with one of my 16-year-old students today. For a long time, they really are kids still young. So that's why I'm not. With that being out there, he did the crime. First degree. I can't agree with that. It should have been a lesser charge of manslaughter that was on the docket. Right? It's crazy, y'all, but what we're gonna get into, we got Megan Kelly, right? They had their opinion on it after the case, and let's get to it.
he's not going to miss his 2 minutes of fame. And you'll be shocked to hear his messaging. Let's play it.
This process did is shown that black lives do not matter in Collin County. It showed us that time and time in American history, it put emotions over the law. After Trayvon Martin and so many countless names, it has shown us that black life is not safe in Collin County. It showed us that they did not listen to the law. It showed clearly that a judge interfered in this process. It showed very clearly that a black boy was allowed, not one black soul on a jury.
Ashley,
I mean,
OMG.
it makes me so mad because it's not true. Like, it's just not true. You know, that's not how jury selection works. It's just not true. And so, I mean, yes, it's unfortunate that it was an all-white jury, but his lawyers pitched that jury. It's a process of deselection. If the lawyers thought that it was unfair and that it was somehow biased, they could have objected. They could have repaneled the jury. They could have moved to shuffle. I've done all of that. There's so many things you can do if you actually think there's some systematic exclusion of any race, sex, gender, anything. You can move to reshuffle. I mean, there's so many remedies. So, you know, when I hear him, I'm like, he's clearly not a lawyer out there talking about something that he doesn't have any business talking about. And it's very frustrating because these citizens have given up their lives for a week and, you know, listening to doing jury duty and actually having to sit through all of this weighs very heavy on these jurors. I've talked to a ton of jurors after the fact, and we were just at CrimeCon, and they actually had a panel of ex-jurors who were talking about the profound impact it had. When he gets up there and he says this, it just devalues that civic duty that they're doing when they're doing jury duty. And you know they're paying attention to this case. You know that they're weighing these lives very carefully, the lives, you know, that were lost and the life that they have in their hands, Mr. Anthony's life. And it's just very unfortunate to see their service, their civic duty discounted like that and just tossed aside and said that, you know, they're racist because they voted with the law and with the evidence.
Oh, and
shout out to Ashley Merchant. She's one of the best defensive attorneys in Georgia, who I respect greatly, right? I respect her greatly, and I respect her opinion, and I can't disagree with her, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate that it wasn't on there, but it take it away from us judging as our civic duty. And I mean, Ashley I don't think she understands is like Frisco and areas. It's different areas, right? Where, you know, it's racially there, but the defense, right? Yeah, and they struck every potential black juror. That's a problem I have with, they said the educators. And I think that was because they was educators, they would have sympathy and stuff like that. That's something that needs to be talked about because, you know, if you're an educator that automatically disqualify you from being a juror, hey, need to hear that. I can hear both sides where they, you know, could be compassionate and fight it, right? I can see that. But I also see the other side. Why should that disqualify a person who should be a juror? But Ashley Merchant, right? She is one of the best defensive attorneys in the world. Her and her husband, they have their own law firm. The defense could have did more. They should have did more. The defense should have fought more if his team felt like that. And like she said, this spokesman, right? And I didn't know a lot of the things they're gonna tell. You're gonna find out about this spokesman until I seen this. But the defense should have did a lot more, right? And I agree with you, Jen. That was a real shame that there was no cameras in the courtroom. Seeing the testimony is different from hearing about it secondhand. I agree. And that's one thing Megan Kelly said, yeah, it should have been in there. It should have been in there. I was always picked for the jury as a teacher, and so yeah, but that's the excuse that they said. But that's what they said in Texas because they was educators. So yeah, right. I think that's not fair. Hey, but like she said, Ashley Merchant, and I say this respectfully, like when it comes to lawyering and doing her job, she is an animal. She is ferocious. She is take a bite out of crumb. She is a dog. So when I heard her, and I rock with Ashley Merchant, right? Because I know she the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Right. She is amazing. And when I seen what she did for when she came down there on Judge Glenville and Young Thug, look, so I'm telling you, I love Ashley Merchant, and she is one of the best defensive attorneys. So when I heard her say they should have did more if they felt like that, why didn't they fight harder? Let's continue.
Oh, and Viva. The verdict shows black men are not safe in Collin County. The decedent is a dead man, as a dead white man. He's a dead white man, not a black man. Get it straight, Dominique.
It's utterly absurd, but just so the media doesn't pounce on Ashley, that there were minorities on the panel, so it wasn't all white. There was a couple of Asians, a Muslim woman, I think Latino. As far as it goes, though, the argument of the intersectionality of racism is that it was of no use to a black defendant to have minorities who are not black, because you wouldn't have that collegiality as though that's what you're supposed to have in a jury pool. It's supposed to be a jury of your peers, not a jury of your supporters. And, some people might argue, well, the Asian community might not have things in common with the black community, so therefore it's not even like having put it in quotes, a useful minority on the jury pool. But the idea that they can come out and suggest, and at least the saving grace is it seems to be a very small handful of people who are free during the day to go and protest in front of a cut and dry murder case. So it's not a broader scale thing. But for the woman who came out there, the black woman in the pink jersey, to say, if a white person puts their hands on me, see what happens to you. That's a criminal threat. We're not talking about self-defense. We're talking about murder. And what they're basically saying is what got Scott Adams in the deepest of trouble for. She is saying out loud what Scott Adams got canceled for. I don't want to be around white people. If a white person touches me, I feel entitled to murder them. That's what she said. Luckily, it's just a handful of what I think are crazies and not a broader sentiment, but maybe I'm being too optimistic.
Yeah, and that's why we need to be better, right? Oh man, it's hard to hear, but I just want people to understand in reality that happens out here. Cases with minority people, it be like that, right? I mean, you know how Michael Proctor feel about niggas, right? He say, oh, let the niggas just kill each other. We'll come down there. So I just want to be better all around the board, right? So before we continue that, I want to show y'all this right here. Let me show them. Say when he got convicted. 1 second. I don't like the 35-year verdict. I wish it could have been manslaughter. I think he should have been convicted because a man did die, but it should have been manslaughter. And that's what I truly believe when I think about other cases like Calvin, that was George Zimmerman. Like I say, the evidence was the same, and they walked, and they should have been convicted too, right? George Zimmerman on a bigger, but I can't. He did what he did, right? He said he put his hands on him, but that 1 second could change your life. I thought it should have been a lesser charge of conviction and manslaughter. Shout out to the beautiful Ruth in the building. Yeah, agree with verdict, disagree with sentence, 100%. Let's go to this right here where they tell us about the sentence.
Texas and the murder trial of a Texas teen, 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder in the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Metcalf was fatally stabbed at a high school track meet, as you may recall, last year. NBC's Ryan Chandler is outside the courthouse in McKinney, Texas. We're also joined by NBC News legal analyst Misty Maris. Ryan, I'll go to you. The jury deliberated for less than 3 hours. Walk us through this verdict. What was the reaction inside and outside the courtroom?
Well, I'll tell you, as soon as news of the guilty verdict reached the crowd that has been growing here since Thursday, tensions boiled over. We heard visceral tears and angry confrontations break out in this crowd, the police presence seeming to triple here as they try to keep the peace. Since Thursday, there have been supporters of both the Metcalf and the Anthony families here. Now the Anthony family is protesting, as they have since the beginning, raising concerns for a fair trial, but certainly a lot of bitter comfort for the Metcalf family. Our eyes inside the courtroom said that there were tears bursting out as soon as the verdict was read out from both sides. No reaction visible from Karmelo Anthony as he embraced his lawyer. We are now still awaiting some major news from inside the courtroom as well. They will now move on to the sentencing phase. Anthony found guilty of first-degree murder, but not capital murder. So he is not eligible for life without parole. His maximum sentence, 99 years, potentially.
Misty, let me turn to you. 4 days of testimony, less than 3 hours of deliberations. Are you at all surprised at how quickly this all happened?
I was, Kate, because this is a complicated case. Even though you had, 4 days of testimony, you had a lot of witnesses, you had a video, but the video wasn't necessarily dispositive, could not see it. So the jury had a lot to go through. You also had murder for them to determine whether or not there was a conviction on murder, which there was, manslaughter and the self-defense element of it. So this was a very, very quick verdict.
Karmelo Anthony did not testify in his own defense. What kind of an impact do you think that might have had on this jury?
Well, we can see from the jury's determination of a guilty verdict on murder that they dismissed the self-defense as an argument, that they did not find that he acted in self-defense.
Which is what his lawyers were.
Looking for. And self-defense requires somebody to concede that they committed the act, but with legal justification. And that standard is that the individual, in this case Karmelo Anthony, perceived a risk that was deadly, and that perception was reasonable. So that's the legal standard. It's tremendously difficult in a self-defense case when you don't hear from the defendant on what they were experiencing that day.
Ryan, back to you just quickly. Do we have any idea whether an appeal will be coming?
It's a good question, Kate. I think that will depend on how the jury chooses to punish him. We have no indication of that yet.
Now, yeah, 3 hours, yeah, it's a little too quick, but they say it's quick. You could say that, but I go out, with Ashley Merchant, and like, I'm not saying this woman ain't credible. Shout out to the beautiful Miss Jessica. Love you too, beautiful. Shout out to Skin Row. Appreciate you, big dog, for being in the building. That's another thing right there. His defensive team. And I'm disappointed in his lawyer and the people surrounding who were advising. Y'all seen the noise, y'all was watching the news, y'all seen the internet, y'all seen this case. And how people were reacting to this case. No, they want the jury. But his defensive team should have had an idea of how this feeling of looking at the news, looking at this, that Karmelo Anthony should have went on that stand. He murdered somebody. That's facts. You got a self-defense case on. As his lawyer, you can see the noise. You can see what's going on. You got 6 witnesses a day and a half. You should have put him on the stand so he could be more personable with the jury. So it could have been an opportunity that they could have felt and heard the reason. And maybe it could have been different. This was terrible defense. I love all people and I love my black people, but y'all pointing fingers The defense did a terrible job. Point the fingers at them. Nobody is stupid. You could hear the noise. Yeah, and the 4 witnesses against him was black. You could hear the noise as a defensive lawyer. You're watching everything. You're telling me that it didn't go into your brain to, man, we got to put this guy on the stand. This case is taken away. That was terrible. Terrible, y'all. Let's continue with Ashley. Let's continue with the Ashley Merchant on the show.
No, you're right. It's actually a good point about the Scott Adams thing. Just the incendiary nature of this guy. I'm telling you, you tell me, Imran, it tells us something about these parents that they selected this man as their family spokesperson. He's not been fired after that presser from April of 2025. He's still there. He's outside of the courthouse, once again spewing off, mentioning Trayvon Martin after Trayvon Martin and so many countless names. It's shown us that black life is not safe in Collin County. Look, I don't want to make this all about that nut, but he speaks for the family.
Right. But and you would hope, Megan, that he would be speaking accurately, but he's not, right? We're seeing a distortion about what happens in a criminal trial in the justice system, and this conclusory remarks, making these assumptions as to what happened in that court. And then there's apples and oranges, right? Comparing this to Trayvon Martin. This is not that case. This is not that case at all. You have someone bringing a knife to a game who has no threat against them of any deadly force and decides to take that knife out and plunge it into the heart of another human being. That's it. You don't have to have all this commotion outside. In fact, it's a disservice to the defense, I think, because you start detracting from what should be the focus on the evidence there and the trial. And you start getting this whole circus out there, and it really doesn't advance anything. It just divides further. But you have to speak accurately here. Going to a microphone and just saying these words, right? Well, we live in an information age where every little thing is going to be picked apart. And I'm sure what he said out there will be picked apart by someone on social media from the other side. We're doing that right now, right? We're scrutinizing that. But to do that and just create more division and confusion and disinformation, that's what you're seeing there, right? But right now,
not only that, I want to add one point to that. Not only that, so it's a disservice to the Anthony family and certainly to the family of Austin Metcalf. It's a disservice to black people who are normal and do not think like this as a group. They're not, most black Americans aren't looking at this being like, a black man can't get a fair trial in America anywhere. And this proves that black lives don't matter in Collin County. Bullshit. That's a lie. This is a handful of lunatics, radicals outside of this courthouse saying a bunch of nonsense.
No. I agree with them on the first part where, like I said, we do want more consistency. We do want, it to be treated the same as in other cases, but, to get out there, and say that, after the fact, being a spokesperson, right? He should know better. He should know better. He should know better. And then some of the things we're going to hear about him, respect to his parents, but they should know better. I'm going to go this next clip. I think this is it. It's in one of these. But I couldn't believe it when I heard it.
that they probably hurt. The protesters probably hurt because the jurors had to know. I mean, they live in this community. They had to know about this. And when you see this every day, you walk into court, you think you're going to hear something explosive. You think, with all of the publicity that we heard and all the protesters, I thought we were going to hear that Mr. Metcalf had said something awful or done something awful, that there was going to be some, smoking gun that they kept from us all because, there's no way Dominique Alexander is going to give these press conferences and say all this and, promise all of this stuff if there's not going to be something when we go into court. So I would imagine these jurors walking past these protesters every day thinking this is this huge racial case, this is biased, we're going to hear some explosive evidence. We're probably left wondering, what? Like, where was it? And it probably did a disservice to his defense.
You know what else, Viva? Like the indignity of these comments, because what are we dealing with in the news right now? We saw Henry Novak murdered by Vikram Digwa in the UK and a police force that refused to render aid or even believe him that he'd been stabbed 5 times because they were so anxious to accept the racial narrative over there that it had to be the white man who was the perpetrator and not the brown Sikh man who actually had stuck a knife in him 5 times. This morning, we wake up to an attempted beheading by someone from Sudan in Northern Ireland, attacking a man 40 years old, a white man who was within an inch of dying and still is not out of the woods. He's in the hospital now with reportedly terrible damage to his eyes. It could have been far worse had a man not stepped in and saved his life, a civilian. That's the narrative that we've been seeing on our television screens over the past week.
And that's true. One thing I respect about her, right, even though I don't agree with everything she say, right, I do respect that they do keep that same energy on a lot of cases that I watch, right? That's why it's kind of hard for me to get upset at some people, because if I see commentators keeping that same energy on cases and the case is just not going the way they should, and I do hear them have an outreach, right, then it wouldn't be no problem. But, she should understand, why some black folks would have a problem with this, but I definitely understand what she's saying. Let's continue.
Last week. Now, this guy wants to come out and talk about how racist we are against people of color in America. It's a lie. This is bullshit.
There's the old expression of the soft bigotry of low expectations, and it's also just known as bigotry. But I'm actually having these discussions with, certain people on Twitter where one person actually said there were 2 ways for this, not to have happened. One, Austin Metcalf could have gotten an adult and not asked Karmelo to leave. And the other is Karmelo should not have stabbed him. And I'm like, apply that analogy to a woman who gets raped, and you say, well, there were 2 ways for her not to have gotten raped. She could have not gone to the nightclub, or the rapist could not have raped her. As if to normalize this type of behavior in the first place, it's demeaning to the very people that they purport to be protecting to say, yeah, there were 2 ways for this not to happen. Anthony could have, Austin Metcalf could have not exceeded the limits of his authority as a kid, or, the other guy could not have stabbed him in the heart, as if those 2 responses are somehow comparable. So it does a disservice. I just say the only saving grace here, I think, broader sort of us versus them, like we saw with O.J. Simpson, when I remember otherwise rational people, or so I thought, saying this is a victory because O.J. Simpson got away with murder, allegedly. In this case, it seems to be a much more narrow group of radicals located to the courthouse, some sort of Black Panther offshoot, and it doesn't seem to be wider spread or more, broader across the national spectrum.
Here's a little bit more from outside of the courthouse. This is an attorney, Michael Jafar. I don't know that he had any role in the case. I think he's just an attorney, but could be wrong. This was on Court TV's coverage of this. Take a listen to his reaction.
I mean, I'm questioning the jury. I asked him, how did you reach your verdict? How did you reach it so quickly? What happened? It was a 4-inch knife. He used it one time. He was pushed. I'm not saying that it was right, but what are you doing? How did you get this verdict? I'd want to know. My whole identity as a defense attorney would be in question, right? I'm questioning my identity right now, and I have nothing to do with this case. How could you come back like that? I would be enraged. I'm enraged right now. This is very upsetting. And then on top of it, to compound it, this dumb judge didn't allow cameras in the courtroom. What was your wisdom? What were you thinking? How you put on a robe? Are you that much of an imbecile that you won't let cameras in the courtroom in a case like this? This is not a rape case. This is something different. This is something that's clearly the whole community is enraged, and you knew that before the trial started. So, I mean, this is very upsetting.
that was, I didn't respect what he was saying, right? One thing I respected is when he talked about the camera thing and Megyn Kelly, she respected that too, but that, right? Because I see Megyn Kelly and a lot of people I see when this case is that's done wrong, they stand up for it. Like, what can you do? Like, we can't just point fingers and you just got to get better, right? And it don't just happen to people of color. It happened to people who white too. Like, but this is just a case where you can't look over and you just have to address it, right? First degree murder? No. Is he guilty? Yes. Should have been a lighter sentence? Yes. Right? I don't wish this on nobody, but we're not going to get on here and be insensitive to the people who lost a child. Right? We're not going to do that. I'm not going to get in this race war with people. They lost a child and Karmelo Anthony did it. Right? The other cases, they didn't go that way. Yeah, we need to talk about it. Right? We need to address it. But let's not get the fact the way that they did get this right. It's just this first degree murder. You know, I they got to do better than that. Right? Because it was some hoes that I seen. Let's go to this clip right here.
His latest soundbite. I mean, honestly, you tell me, Imran, somebody like that walks into your office and says, I didn't do the shoplifting. Like, I need you to represent me. I swear this is all made up. And your reaction is what?
Well, Megan, listen, it's not going to be good for business if I say I'm not going to necessarily take my potential criminal defendant.
But you're not going to paint him as a choir boy.
Well, it's questionable. I'll say that. It's definitely questionable. And it's a track record, right? But, you know, he comes into the office.
Wow. Wow, Ashley. It's a 4-inch knife. He only used it one time.
Yeah, I don't think that the family of Mr. Metcalf would really take kindly to that. He only used it one time, but he was so lethal that he only had to use it one time. I mean, that's just an awful argument. Now, I agree with him that I wish there were cameras in the courtroom, because then
last week. Now, this guy wants to come out and talk about how racist we are against people of color in America. Wow. Wow, Ashley. It's a 4-inch knife. He only used it one time.
Yeah, I don't think that the family of Mr. Metcalf would really take kindly to that. He only used it one time, but he was so lethal that he only had to use it one time. I mean, that's just an awful argument. Now, I agree with him that I wish there were cameras in the courtroom, because then I think we wouldn't be having a lot of these debates that we're having, because we'd actually be able to see that the jury got it right with our own eyes. But, you know, the fact that he's a defense lawyer and he is shocked at a 3-hour verdict, I'm not sure how many cases he's trying, because that's not unheard of. 3 hours is not that fast. This was not a tough case. They're not weighing fingerprint evidence. It's not a whodunit. It's not an identity. We're not talking about DNA. They didn't have thousands of witnesses to debate over. I mean, it was pretty open and shut. So if you think about it, so 3 hours, you know, they want to get lunch. They've got to vote on who's the foreperson. That takes maybe an hour or so. They're going to go around and take a vote or two and then maybe talk. But 3 hours, that's actually a long time.
It's a very good point. I want to tell you, Imran, that Dominique Alexander, we have more from him, which I am going to tell you about in a second. But I do want you to know this about this guy who was hired by the Anthony family to represent them. He has a history, reading here from the Daily Mail, the Daily Caller. We've also reported this independently in the past. He has a history of criminal accusations and sentences. He was arrested in 2019 on a felony charge of family violence after his partner accused him of trying to strangle her. KXAS-TV reported, citing court documents. His partner later signed an affidavit just prior to a grand jury indictment saying that she wanted no further part in the prosecution on account of how the cops handled the case. The charges were later dropped. Dallas Morning News reported. The activist also was arrested in 2009 for causing serious head injuries to the 2-year-old child of his then girlfriend, per the Dallas Observer. While Alexander initially claimed the baby fell off the couch while he was babysitting, an investigator said a doctor reported the severity of the injuries did not match up with that excuse. Quote, the injuries are acute and likely occurred around the time that his girlfriend's son started to have symptoms like being unresponsive. Without more adequate history of trauma, complainant's injuries are more consistent with abusive head trauma and child physical abuse. Alexander confessed to shaking and hitting the baby with an object, according to court records obtained by the Dallas Morning News. He pleaded guilty in 2011. The judge sentenced him to probation. He was sentenced in 2016 to 5 years in prison for violating probation multiple times, but served only 8 days due to the probation counting toward his sentence. He was indicted once again on felony theft charges that were increased due to a 2013 forgery conviction. Citing court records, he pleaded guilty in 2021 and was sentenced to 2 days in jail.
No, this is why I got a problem with the Anthony family. That dude right there was y'all spokesperson representing y'all. Out here trying to talk about race, and he out here beating up this woman, shaking the babies and hitting them with objects. What the hell is that team thinking about this Alexander dude? What the hell is this? And it's 2021 was this dude got a rap sheet. And this was y'all spokesperson. That was the defensive lawyer who didn't, like Ashley Merchant say, fight enough to do this. Not him, but the defensive lawyer they had, the white guy. The other dude didn't even, the defensive lawyer didn't even put Karmelo Anthony on trial. This fucking spokesperson in Alexander who y'all hired. This motherfucker got a rap sheet 70 long, 70 pages long, beating up women and child abuse to babies. What the? Now, we know Karmelo Anthony didn't have no self-appointed attorney. Y'all, when they got that attorney. Y'all, when they got this Alexander dude, Dominique Alexander. What the hell is this? Shout out to the beautiful Catherine in the building. What?
Wow.
The heck?
Wow, Ashley. It's a 4-inch knife. He only used it one time.
Yeah, I don't.
And then he said it's a 4-inch knife. He only used it one time. Do y'all understand how insensitive that is for that punk mother to say that? Do y'all see how insensitive that was? And the family hired this dude. It was only one stab. Oh my God. Yeah, people want to talk about being disappointed. Be disappointed in a spokesperson y'all hired. Y'all didn't know his rap sheet. Y'all didn't do y'all due diligence and research, right? Y'all hired this lawyer who, y'all telling me y'all ain't watching social media? Y'all ain't gonna make the final thing and say, hey, now, Karmelo, you need to go and put on this stand. All these mistakes, this dude say he was only stabbed one time. You know how sensitive and stupid and ignorant that was for that Dominique dude to say that? That was so ignorant, malicious. That was the most gutless, vicious, cut you with the sharpest knife that he could say, and these Metcalfs done lost their son. As we know, that Dominique guy, he reckless. Right? He reckless. Oh, you don't know who said that? Let me play it again. Well, they spokesperson for the Anthonys. Watch this.
Wow. Wow, Ashley. It's a 4-inch knife. He only used it one time.
Yeah, I don't think that the family of Mr. Metcalf would really take kindly to that. He only used it one time, but he was so lethal that he only had to use it one time. I mean, that's just an awful argument. Now, I agree with him that I wish there were cameras in the courtroom, because then I think we wouldn't be having a lot of these debates that we're having, because we'd actually be able to see that the jury got it right with our own eyes. But, the fact that he's a defense lawyer and he is shocked at a 3-hour verdict, I'm not sure how many cases he's trying, because that's not unheard of. 3 hours is not that fast. This was not a tough case. They're not weighing fingerprint evidence. It's not a whodunit. It's not an identity. We're not talking about DNA. They didn't have thousands of witnesses to debate over. I mean, it was pretty open and shut. So if you think about it, so 3 hours, they want to get lunch. They've got to vote on who's the foreperson. That takes maybe an hour or so. They're going to go around and take a vote or two and then maybe talk. But 3 hours, that's actually a long time.
It's a very good point. I want to tell you, Imran, that Dominique Alexander, we have more from him, which I am going to tell you about it in a second. But I do want you to know this about this guy who was hired by the Anthony family to represent them. He has a history, reading here from the Daily Mail, the Daily Caller. We've also reported this independently in the past. He has a history of criminal accusations and sentences. He was arrested in 2019 on a felony charge of family violence after his partner accused him of trying to strangle her. KXAS-TV reported, citing court documents. His partner later signed an affidavit just prior to a grand jury indictment saying that she wanted no further part in the prosecution on account of how the cops handled the case. The charges were later dropped. Dallas Morning News reported. The activist also was arrested in 2009 for causing serious head injuries to the 2-year-old child of his then girlfriend, per the Dallas Observer. While Alexander initially claimed the baby fell off the couch while he was babysitting, an investigator said a doctor reported the severity of the injuries did not match up with that excuse. Quote, the injuries are acute and likely occurred around the time that his girlfriend's son started to have symptoms like being unresponsive. Without more adequate history of trauma, complainant's injuries are more consistent with abusive head trauma and child physical abuse. Alexander confessed to shaking and hitting the baby with an object, according to court records obtained by the Dallas Morning News. He pleaded guilty in 2011. The judge sentenced him to probation. He was sentenced in 2016 to 5 years in prison for violating probation multiple times, but served only 8 days due to the probation counting toward his sentence. He was indicted once again on felony theft charges that were increased due to a 2013 forgery conviction. Citing court records, he pleaded guilty in 2021 and was sentenced to 2 days in jail.
So this fucking dude who the family of Anthony family hired, he's strangling women, right? He's shaking and beating on the baby, and he's a fucking thief. What is this? And Catherine said, I think he will try and appeal for ineffective assistance of counsel. And you said Bedero had mentioned that? Bedero mentioned taking a shot at the appeal. Shit, I don't know. I don't know, because it's a thing right here. They had a whole year to get ready for this. A whole year plus to get ready for this. And that's what they came up with in New York. Right? Yeah, so you know what? That might be ineffective of counsel, right? But how could I can't. Do they know who they hired? Like, did they not read the articles and watch the videos and news and see that this wasn't going their way to where they shouldn't have put him on the stand? You know, because, you know, the parents gonna, right, to agree to Karmelo want to get on the stand. Yeah, that would be the only option, yeah. The man, Captain, shut up. You shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. I ain't paying attention to that comment. Stupid. Right. See, people like this stupid fool on here, they don't like to hear the truth, right? But the truth is, the family getting this Alexander dude, getting this lawyer. What the fuck was this? This was fucking terrible. 6 witnesses. And why did you bring the knife to the track meet? He was guilty. I don't think he should have been 35 years, right? But he was guilty. Austin Metcalf is dead. Right? Somebody time him out for a day. He talking too much. Time that pussy cat out for a day. Maybe he'll come back tomorrow and be cool. All right, I think somebody already got it. Benita, shout out to the beautiful, pretty Cookie. She got his dumb ass. Okay, they got his dumb ass too. But yeah. So I ain't looking past that. I just want consistency. You know, in other cases, keep consistency. And then, like they say, they hiring that fucking dude. What was they thinking? Let's go to this clip.
Be his latest soundbite. I mean, honestly, you tell me, Imran, somebody like that walks into your office and says, I didn't do the shoplifting. Like, I need you to represent me. I swear this is all made up. And your reaction is what?
Well, Megan, listen, it's not going to be good for business if I say I'm not going to necessarily take my potential criminal defendant.
But you're not going to paint him as a choir boy.
Well, it's questionable. I'll say that. It's definitely questionable, and it's a track record, right? But, you know, he comes into the office, he says that, but now he's out here on the main stage putting certain information before the public. And what you just read out to the listeners and viewers, Megan, says it all, right? He has a history, he has a checkered past there, he has convictions, so I'm not talking about just merely allegations with some of the points that you just made. And what would we do with that in the court of law if you had a witness with that, right? You'd attack their credibility, right? And that's what you have to think about when you hear...
And that's what we have to do with him in the court of public opinion.
Exactly.
I'd love to get in front of this guy. I'm dying for one of the reporters. I urge you, any of the reporters who are down there, you get up in his face and you say, why did you beat a baby? Why did you beat a baby? Why did you plead guilty? Why should we listen to you when you beat infants? Why don't we try that? Let's see how that goes over with Mr. Alexander. Here's his latest messaging. Take a listen.
An all white jury convicted him in 2 to 3 hours. We know that they did not prove their case. They are currently sentencing Karmelo Anthony, but we know that the Next Generation Action Network put the first $10,000 towards an appellate attorney. And we will fight Collin County like hell. I respected this process. I allowed and called for peace in this process. But Black America should be very upset about what went on today.
He's got a forgery conviction, Megan.
Yeah, but they're trying to create a powder keg down there. He's trying to create a powder keg.
I agree. They're trying to create a powder keg. And I kind of get the gist of what they're saying, especially that ignorant ass dude. Like I would say, why, like Megan Kelly said, why didn't you hit the baby? Well, why did you put your fucking hands on the baby that you was convicted of, right? You know, yeah, we could speak about an all-white jury, but it wasn't actually all-white. You had Asians, I guess, a Muslim, or whatever. But you know, it is a point to where you have 3 educators on there, like the beautiful Lori, who was an educator on her. She says she always get chose for juries, so it's kind of a disservice to her that they were not accepted to the jury because they were educators. That's concerning. And what's also concerning is why wasn't there no cameras in the court, judges? Why wasn't it? Because this wasn't one of them cases, Judge, where we didn't know that the defendant used the weapon and, you know, God rest his soul, Austin Metcalf is deceased now. We knew that. So, Judge, what was your reason you didn't let cameras in the court when it was clear we knew he did it. That's bothersome to me, right? We knew he used that weapon on Metcalf. We knew that. Clear cut, no debating. Why was it not cameras? Judge. Let's see, judges like him, right? When it is a disservice to us, we can't see it, right? You can see stuff like this escalating outside with the ruckus, which I'm going to show y'all now. Right? And I think the judge calls that, right? Not saying these people, these folks out here are right, whether you black, white, or whatever race you was out here, right? Having this ruckus, right? But we needed to see this when we knew it was clear cut that Karmelo had did what he did. It was no reason cameras shouldn't have been allowed. Let's look at this first clip.
If this true, I don't believe it. Oh, you want market here. The time for hate is over. This is a war. This is a war. This is a war. And it's been going on. This war been going on. They never stop being racist. They ain't never stop being racist.
That's what divide us apart, right? Because I said we are all humans, right? And people who feel a certain way, give them that certain element. I think the judge failed on this when he didn't allow cameras. I'm not saying that the outcome would have been the outcome. But why when it's a clear-cut case like that, you don't let us see that, judge? And that's what keeps the division going. That's why you have these people out there doing that, saying, oh, it ain't never stopped. Right? But watch this clip.
He assaulted that fucking man. Yeah. He came out here raised banging and he pushed him. Yeah. Hey, what's fuck? And we ain't trying to disrespect y'all, and we not. But we ain't gonna go for this fool coming out here, going against his own guys. That's what we fuck with innocent people. Try Facebook. Hey, what's send him in there? Send Karmelo out. Send him in there. Send Karmelo out.
Hey, tell the other supporters to bail you out. Tell them to bail you out. Tell America to bail you out. Stay back.
See, as you can see, if y'all understand that was a black man out there saying Karmelo was guilty. He said he was guilty. And you seen all other black people mad because he was saying that. And they say he had hit somebody, and that's why you seen them taking them off, and you hear them saying, oh, sit him another Karmelo Anthony. Come on. And not just that, just all the people out there. You seen white folks, black folks in each other's face. good at all. It's not good at all because there was no transparency in this case. None. And I think that is the judge's fault. Because he created this animosity to build up. And that's the reaction we got when our wins was out there. A huge reaction. Oh yeah, she did a thing on that right there. Did she? Transparency, and that's the one thing that we need in this world. Transparency. We need transparency, y'all. You know, there are some people will try to be peaceful. Just those people that protesting, it was cool with their parents, yeah. People got the right to peacefully protest, just as long as people don't get radical, right? And it was a mess out there. This entire 5-6 days, court was in session. That's because you getting words of people saying this and that, right? Oh, this happened like this happened like that. Oh, the jurors was crying like this and crying like that. Like, and you don't have all the information. In this case, we knew that Karmelo Anthony had committed the offense, but let's see why. As if it was something there, right? But and when you hear, you know, the testimony that's coming, it makes you think, oh, this guy, everybody saying he put his hands on him, right? But you don't. There's no reason that Austin Metcalf should have been, right? But they said he put his hands on him. How did they say that he put his hands on him? That's the transparency. I just wondered to myself, so my signs in my apartment, by the way. I saw no aggression from police. Everyone was respectful facts. And that's, man, I just think this was too huge of a case to not be on camera, right? I think when stuff like this happens, it should be. I think it needs to be consistency, right? You know, I'm not one of them people who live in U.S. generation. I do understand my history and what my people went through, right? I get it. And I do understand there's still racist people in this world, but I do know we came a long way, right? And I truly do want it to keep going because we need consistency, right? A person follows somebody, they get found not guilty. Person put their hand on somebody, You know, they get found not guilty because they did what they did, right? And they're difficult. Karmelo guilty when it was testimony. I'm saying he wasn't guilty, but what I'm saying it was testimony that hands was put on him. I think he should have been guilty of a lesser charge. You know, in a split second, child, consequences can mean everything. And he did have that knife. And he caused a horrible tragedy. You didn't see no marks or nothing on his face when he took his mug shot. It's just, y'all said it's hard to, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. My bad. He got 35 years, Karen. Is that better? Catherine, is that better? He got 35 years. 35 years. 35 years. With testimony that said that they put that he put his hands on him. Right. I didn't see no marks on his face or nothing when he got arrested or anything to say that it was bodily harm where you could have seen physical evidence. So he was guilty. But 35 years? Oh, that's tough. But there's consequences. He shouldn't have had that knife. He shouldn't have had that knife, y'all. He shouldn't have had that knife. I hate this for him. But don't y'all hate it for Austin Metcalf and his family who not gonna see him no more? That's devastating for them. He shouldn't have had the knife. We need to do better when we should be colorblind to who commits offenses. We have to do better. We have to do better. They didn't know each other before. They didn't. They had a mutual friend that was on that team. He went under their tent, sat there. He just shouldn't have had that knife. But they definitely didn't know each other. And that knife caused him to get convicted. He shouldn't have had that knife. Y'all stay with me real quick. Take a quick break. I need some water. If y'all still here with me, I appreciate it. I understand if y'all tired.
The wind hums low, a hollow refrain through cracked window panes. It calls my name. The clock ticks slow. Its echo stays. Each moment drags, then slips away. Blue, blue curtains are hiding all my pain. Blue, blue curtains are dancing in the rain. Blue, blue curtains keep the shine far away. Blue, blue curtains won't let me escape. The walls close in, shadows stretch long. Night wears a mask where dreams don't.
The dreams don't. Hold up.
A bird
once.
Now silent it lies. The sky holds no stars, just clouded skies.
Hold up. The pains of prison, the gas can sleep.
Eyes
Eyes wide open, yeah, I can't sleep. Blue, blue curtains
are
hiding all my pain. Hold up.
Blue, blue curtains are dancing in the rain. Blue, blue curtains keep.
Man, hold up. The pains of prison, the glass cuts deep. Eyes wide open, yeah. Hold up, man. Stop playing with her. Man, hold up. Pretty cookie. Oh, my. Justice needs to be served at all levels. We shouldn't have to point fingers and say that case, right? And say this person should have been did like that because them other cases, they got off. We can't do that. We just have to make sure that this failed justice system improves immensely. And I mean that. Hey, I got to give, this dude right here I talked to yesterday, right? I mean, he said this how it was gonna go, so I got to play his clips, and he was right.
Be kind and,
Let it play out. That's how I am.
You want to give me your handle?
Huh?
Your handle so I can give you a shout?
Oh, yeah, Ray from Dallas.
Is that your name on there?
Yeah, Ray from Dallas.
Ray from Dallas right here, guys. Give him a follow. And
Shout out to you. How you doing, sir? Are you with her?
No, we just met.
Oh, okay, so how you doing? What's your thoughts on how everything going right now?
It is what it is. I'm just out here. I'm just reporting like what's going on out
Yeah,
here.
that's it.
To be perfectly honest, I don't even know what's going on.
Oh.
I've been reporting out here.
Okay, yeah, me too. I've been reporting out here. So what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the case so far?
That's what I'm saying. I know a few of the facts, but I don't know them all. I don't know everything. I haven't really been following them.
This my first day up here. They said it looked peaceful out here to me, but you know, I was saying I'm from Dallas, right? So it looked peaceful out here to me, but I mean, it looked peaceful. But they, you know, what I was saying on the internet, it wasn't peaceful. You know.
Well, that's because most people don't report peaceful.
Oh, they don't?
Right. I do.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, they just turn the camera on, and you're right, and it's peaceful out here.
I randomly just spin around.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
It is.
It's peaceful.
It normally is before lunch. After lunch, it gets a little.
Oh, after lunch it gets a little rowdy.
Yeah, because I mean, everybody comes out that's been in the courtroom. They have a long break. They go do their interviews and everything. Then everybody finds out really what's been happening in the courtroom, and some people get pissed off, and other people get pissed off.
Yeah, I'm just saying in peace, man. You know, like, hey, it's one of them cases, and we just gotta let it play out. You know, that's it.
That's all you can do.
That's all you got to do. And I want it to be peaceful, man. I want everybody to just, you know, stay peaceful. You know, I ain't here for no ruckus. I'm just hurting.
You know, I don't like when people dodge my questions, and I just dodge your questions.
So, like I said, it was tension out there. He was one of the guys who had tension with black people. He thought I was one of them black people who was going to come up to him, you know, rowdy and you know, thoughts, you know, thinking I was going, you know, and obviously, you know, it was white people who was going up to black people who was, you know, like me. They were just trying to get their thoughts. And as you see, he said, man, I don't like dodging questions because he's seen I was there, you know, to talk to him no matter what his opinion was. That's all you got to do. And I want it to be peaceful, man. I want everybody to just, you know, stay peaceful. You know, I ain't here for no ruckus. I'm just hurting.
You know, I don't like when people dodge my questions, and I just dodge your question. So my thoughts on it, even if
what question you dodge?
I dodged your question when you asked, like,
what's your thoughts on it?
What's my thoughts on it? Because I was like, you know, I have been paying attention enough that I don't think it was self-defense.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't seen everything the jury's seen.
I mean, hey, you got your own opinion. You know, like, and I'm not going to knock nobody for their opinion because there's people who think he's guilty and there's people who think it's self-defense. Yeah. So tell me, you say you don't think it's self-defense? Okay, explain that, sir.
All right. So from all the witness testimony that I've seen, right, he was pushed firmly but lightly on his shoulder. That doesn't equate to being able to stab somebody, right? Just because somebody, you know, pushed you, you can't stab somebody. Somebody can punch you in the face. You can't stab them. Like, to use deadly force, you have to be in fear of great bodily injury or death, right? And I just don't see it from all the testimony that all the witnesses.
This case is tricky because if he had a knife, and what is the knife there? But
he had a knife. They showed the picture of it.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. But it also, they came over there and they put their hands on, and that's the argument right there.
I get that.
So I'm gonna let it. It's a pickle.
Yep. I'm gonna let it play out there.
It's a pickle, but you say you don't think it's self-defense? Hey, man, you got the right to your own opinion. We out here to judge nobody. We out here to just cover the news.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Been doing it since day one.
Yeah, you got to handle everybody can find you on. So see, like he said, he didn't think it was that, and you know, like I said, he made a valid argument, right? A young man lost his life, and we can't overlook that. Let's continue. Man, I just started covering, you know, like injustice and crime, because it was a big case going on in Massachusetts when they tried to frame Karen Reed for killing the officer John O'Keefe. Was you familiar with that? You weren't familiar with the Karen Reed case in Mass? Oh my God!
But I know she told me about a case earlier, and I didn't know it either, and she was flabbergasted. I'm like, I don't know, man.
That was one of the biggest cases because they tried to frame her, but you know, God did the right thing and she got free. You know who Turtle Boy is? Turtle Boy, Aiden Corner. He a 3-time award-winning journalist. He covered that case. So just look him up, man, and check out that Karen Reed case because there's a lot going on. He fighting for our First Amendment rights right now because they're trying to take that away, right? You know, falsely, because he did nothing. All he did was his investigation, journalism, and he got a woman free. And they tried to put fake witness intimidation on him, right? And he fighting for our First Amendment. So I really advise you to go follow Turtle Boy.
Oh yeah, they've been trying to fuck up my First and Second Amendment since I've been here.
What you mean?
Oh, I've been getting death threats since I've been here to my face.
From who?
Black Panthers out there.
But there's two sides to a story. Did y'all exchange words with each other?
No, I was standing right here, and he pulled up next to me, playing fuck the police, and then got out and then said it's time to spill blood while he's staring at me. I was like, all right, cool. That's why I put all my stuff on.
I mean, no, that's
Like,
cool.
if you're going to say it, I mean, I'm going to get ready. Look, I'm going to believe you when you tell me what you want to do.
But you're not out here to do that, though.
No, I'm out here to, you know.
Because you know it's high stakes out here. And like I said, you got the right to feel how you feel. Just don't pay attention to it.
But yeah, I mean, they've been recording me around because they're saying
I think I done seen you on there.
Yeah, they're trying to say I'm intimidating, what was her name, Neek at night or whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's
like, I've seen her.
Yeah,
Like,
hold up. Yeah, so, the funniest part of that. Come on. And he said they're trying to violate my first. I remember right, I say, who? I'm about the black man. I'm sorry. It's not funny, right? But the Black Panthers and, you know, the radical group he was with, they were starting shit with each other. So he's talking about they were trying to violate his First Amendment rights. What about look, man, talking about the Black Panther. Oh man. Oh, you know, he called it though. He said it.
You know, so there was something interesting that they brought up. The prosecution brought up. There's a listing for Carmelo Anthony on some like sports stats website. You know how they have those like for high school students got the sports stats, and he was listed at 167 pounds.
Oh, I don't. I mean, hey,
but I guess
that's something I ain't seen. You might be right.
That's something the prosecution brought up, and if they brought it up and they had proof of it, I mean, the judge wouldn't have let them show it to the jury if there weren't proof of it. So I don't know how true it is. I mean, some people lie on those things for their weight to make them seem bigger, right? But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man. But look, like I said, man, it's peaceful out here. I mean, like you say,
right
like yeah, it is right now. Like I say, people invested in this case. It's gonna be one side or the other, right? And look, I get it.
I can show you how it gets after. I want to show you.
I've been watching it on the news though.
But not my news.
Not your news, though.
I'm literally all the way up in the middle of it all the fucking time. So you got voodoo lady, is what I call her.
Do you think race play an issue in this?
No, I don't.
Not at all.
I don't think it was a racial thing at all.
No. I ain't saying a racial thing of the murder.
Okay.
I'm talking about covering this trial because a black kid, a white.
Let me ask. Let me ask though. So you said murder.
No.
What are your thoughts on it?
No. Look. What's my thoughts on what?
Yes.
I haven't got all the information yet. Like I told you, I'm in a pickle right now.
Okay.
It's tough for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's tough.
Murder is the legal term for unjustified homicide.
No. This is what I'm telling you right here. I'm not a lawyer, right?
No. I'm just telling you. If you use murder, you're saying the legal term for unjustified homicide, meaning it wasn't self-defense.
Well, no.
But you're just saying the homicide.
I'm just speaking on. I don't know. It's a pickle to me right now.
Yeah.
Because like I say, I have empathy because a mother lost her child.
Yep.
Right. And I have empathy for the other side too because it's a mother may lose her child for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
It's a strong possibility of that.
It is possible. Yep.
So
I mean, it sucks. Both ways sucks.
So I'm here to cover the case evenly. I'm not here to pick a side. I want the evidence to play itself. But that's okay. See, but look, but look,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But you know,
yeah. I mean, it's a
high case, right? And you got to understand people emotions and feelings, and like your emotions and feelings. Or everybody have the. I mean, it's a human thing when it's a case like this.
Well, actually, I'm just.
Because one side, and then it don't even matter what color you is, because it's people who my color. Thank you. It's people who my color who I see. They say he's guilty. It's people his color who I say who's and God rest his soul, Austin Metcalf. It's people his color who I say is self-defense. Yeah. So to me, I'm not hurt with that, because I love all people, man.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the jury thinks. Yeah. Right. So.
What do you think? Because but this is why I said it's a pickle, right? Because the friend who they say he went to the tent, we say he didn't know him, and then the defense brought up a bunch of pictures of them guys being with each other. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, yeah, I am aware of that. All right, so I think did he say he didn't know him or he didn't really know him?
So yeah, thank you so much for that character. Thank everybody, like for y'all support, man. But like, cause man, that felt so good going out there, right? And you, it, so like with covering boxing, right? It's different. It's different, right? Because covering boxing, you could actually like it's fair game to pick a winner and loser, right? Or like, but this right here, when you going to report on something like this, that it's totally different for me and my aspect, right? You can't go out there imposing your opinion, right? You want to go out there and get side's opinion, and then hey, you could talk about the case as it go, but when the case over, then you could just fully say how you feel, or you could do it before that. Like if it's just one of them cases that you just know for sure, like um, the and Richard Allen case, that he's still getting fucked off for, man. Oh man. But yeah, man, that was a man. That that was it was the truth going out there, and I know this other case is coming up. It's another big case coming up down here soon. So I think I'm gonna be attending that too. Possibly really trying to get in that courtroom. Seriously. But there's no winners in this, right? I feel empathy for both families. My empathy is with Austin Metcalf family, them to, the highest of the degree, because they'll never see their child no more. His parents can still go visit him. That's different. He'll be locked up, but they can go visit him, right? And that's just true. He brought a knife. It sucks but I gotta look at the case for what the case is. It's a lot of things I could say, and there's a lot of things that's true that could play into being racially motivated. There's a lot of things out there. But the one thing we can't deny, Karmelo Anthony did do what he did. And Austin Metcalf is deceased. And that's just the facts. So I want y'all to know I love all y'all to death. Right? Maybe more updates in this case. May not. There's a lot more cases it's out there. Like Richard Allen, I got to get back on that. And a lot of other stuff to go. We got Karen Reed going on, Michael Proctor, that pussy fucking cat bigot, right? fucking having mental problems. Yeah, mental some elephant nuts down your throat for saying all the disgusting shit you said. You been, okay, so now I'm gonna talk shit now. I said I'm her. I gotta talk with some shit, right? Nah, thank you, Lord. Cause I'm pissed off now, right? Cause this bitch ass Michael Proctor, and forgive me for my language, but we in the wee hours, so all the children should be asleep. If any children listen to me at all. But fuck that cone head fucking bigot prick. Pussy ass running from the deposition. Yeah, I guess by law the judge was whoopty-whoop, right? But judge, you see what the fuck this bigot said? And how you feel about all these people, black people, Jewish people, what you call Mexican sand niggas? Did you hear all that, Judge? Did you hear all that? And yeah, about the letter of the law, I guess you could put it back to June 25th, but where's this fucking mental? What the fuck is wrong with the prick? What the fuck is wrong with the prick? It's fucking fucked up and disgusting he been for the last fucking 20, 30 fucking years of his life, and you giving this motherfucker an extra 15? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And what I'm saying, this what the shit that's real out here, y'all. This what the shit that's real out here. This what the go fighting for right here. This the go work right here. This what the fuck we need to be concerned on right here instead of all this other messy shit that's going on. Right? And I don't give a fuck about none of this other messy shit. I give a fuck about Michael Proctor, that fucking bigot. That's where the attention needs to fucking be. Piece of shit. Oh, damn. Shit, the GOAT fighting for his motherfucking life and fighting for our fucking First Amendment rights. The fuck, man? All this other messy ass, dinky ass shit going on. I thought it was gonna be bad, but this is nuts. This is some cross burning shit, right? Yeah, Catherine, it is. Fuck, they let this piece of shit ass dude. That's what the fucking talk should be about. God damn. Talk should be about how they fucking trying to railroad the go, not all this other bullshit. God damn. You know, you got motherfuckers want to live their life, try to throw motherfuckers under the bus, try to say, oh, I got something to use against you. Man, what the fuck is up with all this fucking child's play? Man, we got bigger fish to fucking fry. Yeah, for real, man, talk that shit, Laura. Yeah. This shit frustrating. People get talked about every fucking day. Okay, let's let it go. Let's move on. Let's get back to what the fuck is real. Real shit. Yeah, and why he got rejected from the Boston Police Department first? Hell yeah, that's what the fucking everybody should be fucking talking about. Shit. Motherfuckers talking about who liked me more. Who gives a fuck who likes somebody more? Fuck is it about? Injustice and corruption. Goddamn Michael Proctor, they got another fucking doggy bone. So this bitch don't got to be on the June 25th, man. What the fuck is this? You know, fucking punk ass justice system of Massachusetts, man. Dude been a fucking bigot for years, right? Not knowing what the fuck this dude done did. And we know what he did. We know how he feel about every race. The fuck is we doing? Man, you know, I ain't lying, boy. I'm ready to talk one. Tell you, man, this is about the GOAT, man. This is the GOAT work right here, man. What the fuck is we doing? Like, everybody keep putting their 2 cents in on shit, man. Let that shit go. Get back to what fucking matters. Fuck. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, man. Fucking bitch ass dude. All this shit, all this fucking. And then shout out to the beautiful Helen Keller. She dropped that shit where this fucking black ass fucking police is a fucking dope dealer going to drug out. And now he went to another county in Turco. All these motherfuckers, corrupt motherfuckers down there leaving before they get disciplined, fam. What the fuck is this? Remember he said he didn't know he got accepted because of his history. I wonder what kind of childhood he had. Nah, for real. Real talk. Real talk, man. Hold on real quick, the boy got back real quick.
I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, I'm the right one, yeah. 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 I'm not the one, I'm the right one. I walk in like a bird, cold look, clear aim. You wanna smoke, I heard it. You talk big, all wordy, all bark, no bite. You can't win this fight. I seen your hand shake when the room got quiet. I don't need a threat, I bring it, then I write, yeah. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I don't just a crowd, I let them come. I stare here hard like a loaded drum. You keep on talking, I keep on moving. Your chest gets loud, but your legs ain't proving. You want that title, you want that crown. I take one look and I shut it down. I crash when the flow gets mean. I came in clean, let the scene pristine. Tick, tick, hear that.
Hey, y'all know. Yeah, y'all finna talk shit for like 20 more minutes, man. 15, 20 more minutes. Oh, man. For real, bro. Straight up. I got all these other bitch ass motherfuckers going against the fucking grain on this. Right? Fuck is we doing, man? We letting them motherfuckers win. Get a little piece of fucking victory. The fuck is this? Shit. What else? Man, I heard, man. Oh Lord, man. Park the bitch ass got to the 25th. They gave this bitch another doggy bone. That's what the fuck we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. The GOAT spent that fucking $1 million on attorney fees. The fuck? Oh, damn. Shit. Oh, wait, man. Oh, wait, man. This shit is ridiculous. We got injustice and fucking corruption to fight. Right? Damn, boy. Whatever. Nah, for real, man. Them texts is fucking horrible. And just think of Bukkake and the way that cocksucker look, talking about I'm not fluently in English. You fucking mush-faced piece of shit. But you like got a hot position and that was the same pussy who gave Proctor a outstanding fucking grade. Man, what the fuck? What? Man. Boy, this shit got me hot. Yeah, well, Kai's a bit like he gave Proctor an outstanding grade. You know them racist fucking cunts, bigots, got the same tone. Look at Tully bitch ass and what he did. Yeah, the fuck do these dudes get to? That's what they brought up that mass report. They leaving for the disciplinary. How these motherfuckers able to still get this shit? What they caught up in? Man, I'm so fucking pissed, bro. Like for real, what them bitches tried to do to Karen Reed and the goats. They took the biggest fucking hit. Come on, man. Doing the right fucking thing. The fuck the story is. Fuck out their feelings. And move the fuck on. Shit. We to attack this bullshit. Alan Jackson brought down here for nothing. Yeah, the judge talking about, oh, they slipped this on the judge. Hey, Judge cocksucker. So you know all this bullshit going on, right? You know you should have overruled that shit. You should have made Proctor bring his bitch ass to that deposition. Like, come on now. They got Jennifer McCabe texts. I remember the girl say, oh, I can't wait for y'all to see them Jennifer McCabe texts. Man, I can't. Man, think about this. If we seeing how Proctor text is, Proctor has been connected with them people for years. I could just imagine this dirty, long, the biggest over fucking bite, skinny, worm-built bitch and the fucking bullshit she said in her text messages. Can y'all imagine that? Oh, man. Oh, man. But the GOAT got to steady spend hundreds and thousands of dollars and over $1 million probably goddamn now on some false shit, and Proctors keep getting a fucking doggy bone? Now what the fuck is we doing? Yeah, we see even more why they don't want to go investigate them facts. Like a walking fucking pig. You tell me, man, come on now. Why y'all think these bitches doing what they doing? Because Turtle Boy was uncovering all this shit. This is his work unfolding. This is all his work. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If it wasn't for Turtle Boy in this high state case doing every fucking thing he did and everything he went through, man, come on, man. That's the fucking story. Can we get back to regular fucking programming? Shit. Yeah, shit. Oh my God. Damn. God made us more than fucking ever, bro. They spent a fucking $1 million plus on these false ass charges. Just think about it. Then he doing that. Remember, he said he didn't even know he could turn his money on. So think about all the fucking money he done missed too. Man, the GOAT done probably missed. He probably done missed 2-3 million. Man. Done with the man. I'm sorry, man. Oh, wait, man. Oh, this shit got me hot. They let this bitch ass motherfucker get some more days talking about mental problems and family reasons. Look, we don't give a fuck about your mental problem or your family reasons, you dirty fucking bigot. And you got Judge Cocksucker just agreeing to it. As dirty as that fucking corruption in police did, you talking about because Karen Reed team brings some 4 days, man, go suck a horse penis, Judge Cocksucker. Like real talk. And like the GOAT was saying, what the fuck? We can't play that shit on live. Like what the fuck is this? We got to wait. The deposition. Come on, man. I ain't bullshit, bro. This what type of time. Come on, look at this shit. In Massachusetts, where the fucking dirtiest fucking corrupt system is we seeing right now, they are, our eyes are open. We know we seeing what we seeing. And these bitches still allowing this motherfucker to get more days. Golly. And what's crazy is these same dirty motherfuckers were all in conjunction with each other. Who was that one that Tully who arrested the GOAT and let this bitch retiring early? So wasn't that him? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because it's so fucking funny to me if that was him who did it, right? And we see what's going on. We see Proctor and all their behavior and how all them was playing butt grab with each other. Birds of a fucking feather flock together. Man, what the fuck is, man, you got to be fucking kidding me. And he get to retire? Hey, somebody let me know what that the one who arrested the GOAT. The fuck do he get to retire early and still get his fucking pension? Yeah, so this is fucking crazy. And these charges are still holding? Man, please. They let that worm with a fucking overbite, they put her text in protective fucking custody? Man, please. And I'm talking about Jennifer McOverteeth, McOverbites. But they put the GOAT in jail for 60 fucking days. Boy, is this real? Is this real? Oh man, that's what type of time I'm on. And yeah, it's yeah, that's what type of time I'm on. Yeah, snagger tooth bitch, man. Carry fucking tobacco in my jaw, fucking Roberts. Bitch talking about what actress is she gonna be. Right? You got a fucking Brian Albert. Oh, you don't hear them police sirens out there? Your old man dick. Did it calm that much when you get your fucking pissy sleep? You piece of shit. What about your fucking dog and Chloe? Don't, man, this is some dumbest shit. Oh, you bitches sold the house? Oh, it was Fanning? I'm not sure, but all that shit dirty, the leaf blower. Cut them 2 fucking red party cups. Like, this is fucking, I cannot believe they ain't dropped these charges yet. I cannot believe it. But I know that's what we finna attack, though. I know that's what we finna attack. We finna attack that bitch ass dude. I'm gonna be going over some shit tomorrow about that bitch ass dude. Michael Proctor pussy ass early to show you what type of fucking hoe y'all know he is. Right? Oh man. Man. Man, we glad you here, Marie. I'm glad everybody here. I appreciate y'all to death. I see y'all early in the morning, in the AM. Love you, people. See y'all soon. I do. Y'all know how I do. I'm on that bullshit again. Let me tell y'all a little story about me. In the boxing world, my name is Mr. ILTBA. The acronyms for ILTBA is Mr. Undeniable. Hold up. Mr. These boys can't touch me. If you do. Bet I ain't got shit to prove. Boo does go to Lil Bruce, smile sharp enough to choose. Bang, bang, right through your cool. Walking like a rumor with a pulse. Lip curl sweeter than your cold. My eyes say try me and you freeze like salt. Got your huggle. You wanted that smoke, I'm the whole damn stack. Got your huggle. Step up, I'll clear the room. You're a daisy if you do. You're a daisy if you do. R-U-L. All laces in my hand, better bag. Tongue sharp like a tag, hit a click, clack. You wanted that heat, now it's time to meet the sun. No shade, just black. Walk slow, silver in my lap. Halo, crooked heart attack. Say your piece, talk that trash. I turn every word to glass. Cut deep. Got your oh shit. It's your boy Mr. I'm touching down from that 2, 1, 4, and I'm on that bullshit again. I'm on that bullshit today, right? Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do.